Hi, this is Megan McCormick, and I'm going to walk you through my Lesson 5 assignment for the ETL process. First off, I created a schema called extract in my database. I then scripted a table that mimicked the airport table. I picked the airport table as my data source because I wanted to find out geographically if there were similarities between where these incidents were occurring. Were there more wooded areas? Were they more open areas? I thought that would be interesting to find out. I also wanted to find out if how many incidents occurred in the state of Wisconsin at what airports. So I used that data. So I scripted a table in the extract schema to mimic the airport table. Once that table was created, I used a data flow task to import the data from the airport table into the extract table. Once that data was imported, I created a stored procedure in the transform schema, and I also created a table in the transform schema. The stored procedure cleaned up the data and made it more readable and usable. Once the data was cleaned up, I was able to import the data into a table built in the load schema. So now I'm going to run the package. As you can see, it works, bunch of green check marks. But I will run it again to show that it works. There are 3 truncate table execute SQL statements. All of these truncate the table before importing the data. Here is the extract from original data source where I pulled the airport table into the extract table. As you can see, there's 2,234 rows. Here's where I execute the transform stored procedure, right here. And then from there, here is the update, which takes the data from the transform table and puts it in the load table. And again, 2,234 rows. I cleaned up the data in the stored procedure using a bunch of case statements. Here is the extract table's data. As you can see, there's a lot of spaces instead of null values, which can create problems when searching or trying to figure out where stuff is. One thing that I thought was important was to put null values in there because a lot of these spaces correspond to these FGN, which stands for foreign. So if I wanted to find something by state and that space was in there and my query wasn't great, some foreign data could also appear in there, so I wanted to clean that up. Another thing I wanted to clean up was this first row of data. As you can see, somebody didn't enter the state correctly. It's not uniform to the way it's formatted to a 2-letter abbreviation. There's also this quotation mark, and there's a couple other quotation marks further down, but I'm not going to go search for them. So I wanted to clean up any quotation marks that were showing up erroneously and just causing issues with the airport name. So in the stored procedure, I used a bunch of case statements to replace the data. I also, to format the state, I used a length function and then truncate it using a substring. This expression is used to find the spaces and then set them to null using not like, meaning if there's any A to Z or 0 to 9 and it's not like that, it gets set to null. Here is my load table with the 54 Wisconsin airports that had incidents at them. I thought that was interesting because I also found the data of how many airports there were in the state. There are more than 54, so I thought that was interesting because you can then determine maybe why are some airports having more of these incidents than other airports. So yeah, that was my ETL process. I hope you found that interesting.